I am 69 years old. People don't believe me when I say that. They look at my face, my hands, the way my body carries itself, and then they look again. Some even whisper, "She must be closer to 90." I don't correct them anymore. Because in many ways they're right. I didn't age quickly because of bad genes. I aged quickly because of the way I lived and the things I never let myself feel. I used to think aging was about time, about birthdays and years and calendars, but now I know better. Aging is about weight, the emotional weight you carry, the stress you never release, the love you deny yourself. I spent most of my life tense, worried, trying to be strong for everyone. I was a daughter who didn't want to disappoint, a wife who tried to hold everything together, a woman who learned early that rest was something you earned, not something you deserved. I didn't sleep well. I didn't laugh enough. I didn't cry when I needed to. I told myself I would slow down later. Later came, but my body had already paid the price. I stayed in places that drained me, relationships, jobs, routines, because leaving felt selfish, because endurance was praised more than happiness. And every time I ignored my own exhaustion, it etched itself into my face, into my posture, into my bones. People ask me what happened to me, why I look so tired. What happened is simple. I spent decades surviving instead of living gently. If you are listening to this, please understand something I learned too late. Your body keeps score. Every night you don't rest. Every time you swallow your feelings. Every year you live in constant tension. It all shows up, eventually. I don't tell you this to frighten you. I tell you this because it can still be changed. Aging is inevitable. But aging fast is often a consequence. And here is what aged me before my time. Number one, I lived in constant stress and called it strength. For most of my life I was tense. Even when I sat down, my shoulders were raised. Even when I slept, my jaw was tight. I lived as if something terrible was always about to happen. I worried about money, about being enough, about disappointing people, about the future I could not control. And I told myself this was maturity. I told myself stress meant I cared. But stress is not care. It is slow poison. It flooded my body with chemicals meant for emergencies, not decades. My heart beat faster than it needed to. My digestion weakened. My sleep became shallow. Stress hollowed me out from the inside long before it showed on my face. By the time the wrinkles came, the damage had already been done. I did not rest when I should have. I did not breathe deeply when my body begged me to. I survived everything, but survival aged me. Number two, I put everyone else before myself and called it love. I was always the reliable one, the one who showed up, the one who listened, the one who sacrificed quietly. I believed love meant exhaustion, that being needed was the same as being valued. So I ignored my own hunger for rest, for joy, for stillness. I skipped meals, skipped sleep, skipped doctor visits. I poured myself into others until there was very little left inside me, and the body keeps score. My skin lost its glow. My posture collapsed inward. My eyes dulled, not because I loved too much, but because I forgot to love myself at all. Caregiving without boundaries does not make you noble. It makes you disappear. Number 3, I suppressed my emotions instead of releasing them. I did not cry when I should have. I swallowed grief. I smiled through anger. I stayed quiet when something inside me screamed. I believed being emotional was weakness. That composure was strength. So I locked everything away. But emotions do not vanish when you ignore them. They settle into the body. Grief became heaviness in my chest. Anger stiffened my neck and shoulders. Loneliness etched itself around my mouth. I aged faster because my body was carrying feelings my voice never released. Wrinkles are not always from smiling. Sometimes they are from holding pain in for too long. Number 4, I neglected my body until it began to resemble my neglect. I did not move enough. I sat for years, at tables, at desks, on couches. I told myself I was tired, too busy, too old to start. My muscles weakened quietly. My balance faded slowly. My joints stiffened without drama. I ate for convenience, not nourishment. I drank coffee instead of water. I ignored pain until it became permanent. And then one day, I looked in the mirror and realized my body looked the way I had treated it. Bodies forgive a lot, but they do not forget forever. Number 5, I lost my sense of purpose and let my spirit shrink. There was a time when I felt useful, needed, alive, and then, little by little, that faded. Children grew, roles changed, people stopped asking. I did not replace my purpose. I just let it dissolve. Without meaning, days blur. Without curiosity, the mind stiffens. Without something to look forward to, the spirit collapses inward. My posture changed before my face did. My walk slowed before my hair grayed. Purpose keeps you upright. It keeps you facing forward. Without it, you begin to fold into yourself. Number 6, I stayed indoors and forgot I was meant to live under the sky. This may seem small, but it wasn't. I lived indoors for years. Artificial lights, closed windows, screens glowing late into the night. I stopped going outside unless I had a reason, an errand, an obligation. I did not walk in the morning sun. I did not feel seasons change on my skin. I did not let fresh air wake my body. The sun regulates your sleep, your mood, your hormones. Without it, my body lost its rhythm. My energy drained, my face dulled. I aged because I removed myself from the natural world, and humans are not meant to live that way. What I want you to understand now is I am 69, but my body carries decades of choices that had nothing to do with age. If you are younger than me, or even older, it is not too late. Rest is not laziness. Boundaries are not selfish. Movement is medicine. Sunlight is nourishment. Expression is healing. Purpose is youth. Do not wait for your reflection to teach you what your body has been whispering all along. Time does not age us alone. How we live inside it does. And if you are listening to this, really listening, then perhaps my years were not wasted. Perhaps they are warning you gently before your body has to speak louder than mine did.